Hey everybody, this is Mr. Beckstrom, and today we're going to take a look at section 2.4. This is on direct measurements, and we're basically first going to just kind of see how these scale divisions work, and then we're going to be looking mainly at the vernier micrometer and the other one, the digital micrometer. And we'll take a look at those in just a little bit. That's reading the micrometers is one of the parts that's the most difficult in this class. So we'll definitely look at a couple examples of those. So the first thing I want to do is just show you how we use measurements. So suppose this is a ruler, and each one of these is an inch. So this ruler right here is 4 inches. How do we read A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H? So what we really need to do is see how many sections each inch is divided into on the top and the bottom. Up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spaces, evenly measured spaces between the one here. So on the top we are measuring by 1/8 of an inch. So by 1/8 of an inch. 1/8, make it a little bit better, of an inch. Now on the bottom here, it looks like each one of those 8s is divided again in 2. So there's going to be 16 equal sections. So on the bottom, we're going to be measuring by 1/16 of an inch. 1/16 of an inch. And let's see how we do that. So let's just take a look at A. I'll do this one. So A is less than an inch, and it's actually 6 out of 8. So that's 6 over 8 inches. And that reduces down to, and this is just a little quotation mark, which signifies inches, but that simplifies to 3/4 of an inch. So I want you to try B, C, and D, and then we'll go over those together. So pause the video now, give them a try, and then we'll go over it. All right, so this next one is we are greater than 2, so we're going to have a 2 and therefore a whole number, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 3/8 of an inch, so that would be 2 3/8 inches. The next one, we have 3 inches plus 1/8, so 3 1/8 of an inch. And this last one would be 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 5/8 of an inch, 3 5/8 of an inch. All right, let's try E, F, G, and H. So E, F, G, and H. So I want you to give those a try. Pause the video, and when you're ready, we'll take a look at the solutions. All right, so E is less than 1 here, so we're not going to have anything for the whole number. And it looks like that is 1, 2, that's 3 from the end. So I could just do 16 minus 3, which is 13. So that's just going to be 13 over 16. Remember, it's 1/16 of an inch. Inches for E. Now for F, it looks like we are between 1 and 2. So it is going to be 1, and let's see how many we go in. Well, here's half. That's 8. And so F would be 9. So that would be 1 9/16 inches. The next one here would be 2. And it looks like we're going in 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 over 16 inches. And that's going to simplify to 2 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. And then finally, H is going to be 2, and that's just 1 mark from the 16, so that's going to be 2 15/16. 2 15 over 16 inches. And you can't reduce that anymore. All right, so there's all the answers. Now let's take a look at the digital micrometers, or the regular micrometers. All right, hold on. All right, now here is the micrometer, and on page 143, they give you the specific steps that we need to follow in order to read one. So the step 1 is we're going to read the largest numeral visible on the sleeve and multiply that number by 0.100. So whatever that number is, we're going to multiply that by 0.100, and this is all in inches, and this is the numbers here, the numbers on the top here. So the largest one we see there. So in this example, they would multiply it by 4 because 4 is the largest number. The next, it says read the number of additional scale spaces visible on the sleeve. So the next thing we need to do is we need to look to see how many scale spaces are visible beyond this 4. And it's kind of hard to see, but I see 1, 2, 3 scale spaces. So we're going to multiply that by 0.025. So the next one is you're going to multiply whatever that value is, the number of additional scale spaces, by 0.25, so 0.025. And then the last one here is we're going to match the number on the thimble here, or the sleeve, and we're going to match it with this horizontal line here. So notice here's the horizontal line. If this is 10 and that's 15, then 10, 11, 12, 13, it matches with 13, and we're going to multiply that number by 0.001, and then we're going to add up all of our values there. We're going to sum them all up. Let me put that a little bit here, and we're going to get some total value there. Now I left the spaces here because this example was already done for you, so I'm going to look at a new example, and I want you to see if you can fill in. Oh, it does that. I want you to see if you can fill in the blank spaces here, do those products, and then add those up. So give it a try, and when you're ready to see the solution, go ahead and unpause. Alright, so the first thing we do with this reading here is we look for the highest number here. So that is pretty easy to see. That one is just 5. Alright, the next one here is we're going to look at the number of spaces, visible spaces beyond here. And really, I only see one complete thing there. And this is the trickiest one because here it may look like we have 2 scale spaces, but we don't see the complete second one, so we're only going to put a 1 in there. A 1 in there. And then the last one is the value that's here. If this is 20 and this is 0, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we're going to put a 24 into here. And then we're just going to do these products. So this is going to be 0.500. This will be 0.025. And then this one here will be 0.024. And if we add all that up, we're going to get 0.549. So once again, in the second part here, make sure that you can see the full space there before you put that number in there. All right, so that's it right there. Let's take a look at another example. All right, go ahead and try to read the measurement on this, and then once you're done, unpause, and we'll go through the solution. All right, so the first value here, the highest value we can see is 4. So I'm going to take 4 times 0.100, and that's going to be equal to 0.400. All right, the next one here, I'm going to take the number of full additional spaces I see beyond the 4, and I really only see one full space there, so that's going to be 1 times 0.025, and that'll just be 0.025. And then the last one here, I'm going to take whatever number matches with this horizontal line, which is this number. It's only one above 16, or 15, which is 16. So that's going to be 16 times 0.001, which is equal to 0.016. And then we can just add these all up here. 11, 4, and 4. So we should have 0.441. Let me just double check that. All right, and that is it for that one. So lastly, let's look at the vernier micrometer. So that's going to be a little bit more precise than the regular micrometer. This one goes out to the, what's that, 10th, 100,000th place. And the vernier micrometer goes out to the 10,000th place. So let's take a look at that one. So here is what it looks like, and notice it looks a whole lot like the regular micrometer, but it has these additional lines here on top that we're going to be using, and we're going to see how to do that in just a moment. Alright, so we're going to take the normal first 3 steps that we did from before, where we're going to multiply the first number here by 0.100, and then we're going to look to see how many full spaces we have after the number here and multiply that by 0.025, and then we're going to multiply the number that comes across here by the 0.001, but then we're going to find this last number using these bars. So wherever the bars match perfectly from the left and the right, so here it looks like it matches right here at 0. Then we're going to use this number on the left and multiply that by the 0.0001. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at an example of this. Alright, so here we're trying to find that last number for step 4. So I'm looking along here, and it looks like the 2 lines match up right here. So I then read the number to the left, and that's going to be a 7. So I'm going to multiply the 0.0001 by that 7 and add that to the total. Now let's actually read an actual vernier micrometer from start to finish. Alright, so on this one right here, give this one a try, see how far you can get, and then we'll work on it together. So pause now and unpause when you're ready. Okay, so for the first number there, I'm going to see the largest number I can see going across horizontally here, and that's 6. So I'm going to take the 6, I'm going to multiply that by the 0.100. The next value here is I'm going to see how many full spaces I have beyond the 6, and I can see a little notch there, so I can see 3 full spaces. So that's going to be 3 times 0.025, and 1, 2, and then the next one here, I'm going to match up this line with this line. So if this is 20, that's 1918, so it's going to be 18 times 0.001, and then finally I'm going to match up these lines over here. It looks like they match up right here on the top, so I go over here, and that's going to be at 9. So finally I'm going to have a 9 times 0.001, and then find all those products and add them together. So this is 0.600, this is going to be 0.075, this is going to be 0.018, and this last one will be 0.009. Let's add those all up. So 0.6 plus 0.075 plus 0.018 plus 0. Oh, I missed a 0 there. I'm sorry. Was not paying attention. This is 0001, so this is 0009. So this last value here should be 0.0009. Add those all up, and we get a total of 0.6939 inches. 0.6939 inches. Alright guys, that's all I have for you. Make sure that you practice some of these and let me know if you have any questions or issues, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks.